Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about goal planning, whether it's business or personal goal planning. We'll see how we can tackle different goals. We'll see why you should set goals and deadlines. If you love this video, don't forget to comment down below, like and subscribe. Enjoy! So here are 3 reasons why you should have your goals planned from now on. The first reason is stress relief. When you know where you're going to and what you need to reach your goals, you have less stress on your back. Second reason is reaching your goals. If you have financial problems, if you don't know what you need to do in order to fix your financial problems, then you wouldn't get anywhere. On the other hand, if you have everything planned on what you need to do exactly in order to budget yourself, in order to reach your financial goals, then you'll reach exactly where you want to be. The third thing is that goal planning is not only for yourself, it's not only for your personal life, it's also for your business as well. So how you can be more calculated in life, how you can reach your goals. We'll set 2 different points, micro and macro. The micro is short term and the macro is long term. Each will be for different planning. So let's start by the long term. In order to reach your long term goals, you need to plan for long term. Long term planning is usually between 3 to 5 years, but a lot of people have problems thinking so far ahead, so just start with the current year. So start by writing down what is your current goals. Your current goals needs to include properties that you want from yourself, whether it's being humble, being less angry, being more compassionate toward others, being more decisive, whatever you like. These are the properties that you will try to reach. It also needs to include habits that you want to change, whether it's sleeping earlier, waking up earlier, stop drinking coffee, brushing at morning and night, and this I'll show you how I'm doing. So for me, I'm using an application called ClickUp. This application allows me to set up different lists. I have multiple lists in here. One of them is property list and another one is habits. So these are the properties that I want to have of myself, and these are the habits that I want to have of myself. Currently it's meditating every day, back stretches, sleeping at maximum 11 p.m. I'll show you how you can track this later on. Other than properties and habits that you want to have from yourself, your long-term planning should also include fears that you have. Think of it. If you want to tackle fears that you have, for example, if you're afraid of being homeless, then it will make you procrastinate over your problems. You will not try to solve them, and you will get stuck over procrastinating. So write down any fears that you have, whether it's being homeless, whether it's fear of success, any fears that you have. Your goal planning should also include the extras. This is the fun part. This is things that you wish to have, whether it's home, whether it's car, whether it's any vacation that you have, anything that you want to have. The thing is that when you have goals, you need to make sure that these goals are measurable. So if you have a goal of finishing some project that you have, you need to make sure that you can be able to set deadlines for them. You need to be able to decide what is a success on completing this goal. Only then you will be able to decide the deadlines for the goals. Now let's get into the short-term planning. Your short-term planning needs to help you understand whether your commitment time, your deadlines that you have set, are even possible from the first place. Only by breaking down your big goals into small units, into small parts, you'll be able to complete it and decide whether the deadlines are correct. I myself tend to break the long-term goals into short-term daily tasks. So before you're breaking down a long-term goal into small units, you need to do info gathering. On the info gathering phase, you'll ask yourself different questions. Let's take a look on some document I made for myself, in which I wanted to know what's my current state financially. So this is a really long document, but on the document you can see that before I started writing down what my action plan is, what I need to do in order to budget myself, you can see that I actually asked myself different questions. What's my current actual net income after tax deduction? What will happen if I'll lose my job? How much plan also needs to include expenses, whether it's vacations, whether it's things I wish for myself, whether it's car, different things that I wish for myself. Only once you'll finish with the plan, you'll actually know whether it's even possible to reach your long-term goals. So here's a small tip for increasing productivity. You can use the Eisenhower Box to decide what's the important and urgent tasks that you have to do. So the Eisenhower Box helps you understand what you should do right now, what you should schedule and do later, what you can delegate to somebody else, and what you can delete and eliminate immediately. For me, a lot of times I'm trying to delegate things. If I'm able to let somebody else drive the car, and on the meanwhile I'm able to study or work, that's amazing. Here are some general tips regarding both long-term and short-term task and goal planning. The first tip is that you should try to track your time as much as possible, because only once you'll track your time you'll actually know how much time you spent on the task itself. The second tip is a tip that I received from my previous team leader. The tip that he gave me is that you should double the amount of time that you think that a task will take you. The reason for that is that people use optimistic and not realistic time thinking. We tend to think that nothing will go wrong in our way, and because of that we take the most optimistic time thinking. Of course, only once you'll track your time you'll be able to know how much you can multiple your tasks. Another tip is that you should try to use Pareto principle to your advantage. So what is Pareto principle? Pareto principle states that 20% of our effort will give us 80% of the result that we are seeking, and 80% of the other effort will give us the 20% of the results that we are seeking. Another tip is that you should do weekly and daily reviews. The reviews will help you inspect if you're on time with your current goals, and if you're not, you can think whether you have something that you can change in order to optimize your current time. Don't forget to comment down below, like and subscribe. Enjoy!